Welcome to Judge Me Not, a safe place to have real conversations with real ass people. Hey y'all, what's up? What's up? What's up? Y'all know I have to take a little break, but welcome to the Judge Me Not podcast. I'm your pretty cool host, EnviiDee. At least I think so myself. Same intro, different month. Man, I have to take a break. Summertime, and my kids are involved in so much, and I have been volunteering myself for so much overtime. But life be life, and then it is what it is. But I've also been like super active on a positive level during this time as well. So I won't brag or complain. But let's jump into it. So I got a new therapist. My therapist is no longer practicing, which, oh Lord, he put me into a panic because I am very peculiar about who I want to be connected with, who can I trust to lead me in the right direction, medication management, all that good stuff, right? But I did find a new therapist, and I've been with my previous therapist for over 5 years, right? So, she already knew what it was, and it was very helpful. But when you get a new therapist, you have to reintroduce yourself. You have to reintroduce your traumas. You have to um, give basically your whole tea to back up your diagnosis or your concerns or validate your reason for being there, right? Baby, let me tell you this. When I tell you repeating my trauma and all the things that I've experienced over my 33 years really like brought me to tears, and having her remind me that it is okay to have bad days. It is okay to be overwhelmed. Was a bit much. Let me just be honest. It's one thing to know that you've overcome a lot of stuff, and to even give bits and snippets of what you've overcome in an encouraging what conversation with somebody. Like, that's one thing. It's another thing to have to like repeat it, get feedback from a raw perspective, and kind of be reminded of, damn, you've really been through a lot. You've really experienced a lot. You've really had to grow a lot. You really like the reality of what I've endured was a bit much. Yeah. And I feel like it's really easy to forget to give yourself mercy. Let me say that. If you're really trying to get, a positive grasp of life and you've had to learn it on your own, it's always like a hustle and bustle of what's next. And I saw this thing on social media, and it basically said people of color don't vent because it makes them feel like a failure. And that really touched home with me. And then me talking to a new therapist and having to relive a lot of things that I've went through, and her validating that I need an outlet. I need to talk myself through certain things in order to understand how I process or how I move in present day, um, is beneficial. And we cannot tuck away our trauma and completely look away at self love, self healing as if it has gone away, because it will forever have an impact on us. Yes, we grow, we evolve, we heal, but healing is never done. There is always work that needs to be done, right? So she was basically, asking, how do I cope? I had really like stepped away from a lot of things that I shouldn't have, and just redirected my energy. And I'm like, I have an addictive personality. If I'm fucking with you, I'm fucking with you. If I'm not fucking with you, you're dead to me. If I'm going to set a goal, I'm like obsessed with achieving it. I may not commit to it afterwards, but I just want to be like, okay, let me prove to myself I'm going to do that. And I'm going to bust ass, find resources, research, investigate, network. I'm going to do whatever it is in order for me to achieve this goal, right? So I was basically telling her over the years, it's just been a cycle of me connecting on a trauma bond or feeling my void, my sense of sadness, my sense of frustration, my sense of anger, my sense of abandonment, whatever negative energy that I am currently feeling with void fillers that really were self-harming and in the long run did not elevate me, did not help me. It was just a temporary fix to forget my lower level emotions that were triggered from my trauma, right? Because I just focus so much on how much growth I've done, I forget that I am going to stumble. I don't know everything. It's okay to have bad days. It's okay to have moments of depression. I just can't stay there. My anxiety is warranted, it's valid. As long as I'm functioning, I can admit that I have these things and I can sit in them for a moment. But I have to be mindful that the long goal is to strive to push through on whatever lower level emotion that I'm feeling, right? So I'm like, so I've stepped away from, self harming, and I'm like invested in working out now. Like, that's my new thing. I'm working out because oddly enough, I'm still like beating myself up though. Physically, I'm pushing myself to the limits. I'm trying to cram this sense of discipline. I'm waking up 4 o'clock. I'm going in at 10 o'clock. Like I'm proving to myself that I can do this. And she asked, why do I feel the need to be so harsh on myself? And I'm like, well, I don't look at it that way. And she was like, before you stated that you ran to void fillers that were self sacrificial and non beneficial for me. It was just a temporary fix. And I was able to acknowledge that. So she was like, That's basically you punishing yourself because you know better, but you still choose to do it." And she was like, now you're going to the gym and you're crushing it, and it's 3 times um the time length as most people. And I'm like, I don't know. It's just a new headspace for me to clear my thoughts and to kind of throw myself into. And then she asked me, do you over engage in activities um, temporarily for a fix, but lack the longevity of commitment? And I'm just like, well, bitch, I don't know. Like, what does that have to do with anything? And she was like, commitment issues come from abandonment issues. And I'm like, damn, like I ain't really want to go that deep. Like I set goals, I meet the goals. Okay, I don't commit, but I'm still meeting goals. And she really was like, do you have a fear that you're going to let your own self down? And that's why you set these goals. And it's like a moment of gratitude, but then you are afraid to commit out of fear that you won't succeed. And then that comes from this sense of fear of failing. So she was like, are you stuck in this limbo of fear of failing, but also fear of success? And I was like, damn, I don't know. Am I not committing because I'm afraid that I will abandon um, my hard work at any moment? And I have fear that I'm going to abandon myself. Like, oh my God, I never looked at it like that way. So I'm like, girl, I don't know. I ain't ready to go that deep on fucking session 3. You don't even know me like that. But once we got through and I had to really like sit down and dive into that topic, it was like, wow. Although I'm no longer engaging heavily, kind of to a impulsive, addictive extreme of dedication to things that serve me no good, such as extreme partying, drinking, toxic relationships, lack of sleep, overspending, things like that. Um, I'm throwing myself into something else. Although it's beneficial for me and I will see the results and health is wealth, is this going to be something that I can permanently put in a part of my lifestyle? Or is this also a temporary fix that I am using to avoid dealing with something? And I can't even lie. It's a temporary fix because I meet my goal 9 times out of 10. I'm not going to work out. I met my goal and then it's just going to go back. So then the deeper question was, why? Like, why do I lack consistency? Why do I have a fear of success? Why do I have a fear of failure? I already know what failure feels like. Been there, done that. One thing, if I fall on my ass, I know how to pick myself up, dust myself out, and get back to the grind. So, failure should not even scare me, bother me. You cannot succeed without accepting the risk of failure. That's that portion. Why do I have a fear of success? I know that. And I've repeated it once and I kind of just put it on the back burner. When you go through so much shit, again, like I said, and you've mastered picking yourself up, rebuilding yourself time and time again because you lack a safety net, you lack the help. You kind of get in a comfortable state of peeking around the corner when things are starting to go well. And when things start to go well for you, it's almost like a fear of, ooh, what's going to happen next? Ooh, everything going too good. It's too good to be true. As if you're not worthy of a plateau level of goodness or success. And you are literally overlooking the goodness that you have achieved, the progress that you have made, because you are at an anxiety level of what is going to happen, what is going wrong. I need to make sure I'm prepared for this, and this. And it's always the hustle and bustle of what's next. Out of fear that I'm probably gonna fail. Something's probably gonna happen. Just something's gonna fucking happen, and I'm gonna be mad because I allowed myself to get too happy. I've allowed myself to get too comfortable. I've allowed myself to bask in this moment of, success, and it's like I am caught in limbo. I will go and, make a post about working out and then backdoor and be like, but, my time could be better. Or, I don't look good in this. About, just pick myself apart. And that's something that my therapist has me doing for homework is figuring out who new Delisa is. And I don't want to be inconsistent with healthy life habits. I no longer want to set goals, achieve them, and then abandon them. I have to build the ultimate trust with myself that I am worthy of success, I am worthy of discipline, I am worthy of commitment, and even if it doesn't go as planned, I am okay with that, as well as I am okay with starting over, giving it a second chance to receive a level of goodness or success. Once I obtain it, I will not abandon it because that is where I belong. I can't have these great speeches, have these great ideas that will elevate me to another level that I dream of, that I desire, but then out of fear, because I haven't been poured into properly, um, fall short and just give up before I even taste, what success feels like. And so that's where I'm at. Who's my new self? Why do I have this sense of comfort in purgatory between doing just enough to be above the bare minimum? That makes sense. Some people know they're capable to do way more than what they're doing, but again, it's just this fear of achieving so much and then falling back all the way down because life has just been of a cycle of getting on your feet, some shit happening, getting on your feet, some shit happening, figuring something out, something fucking happening. And you just have this paranoia of what could happen to make mess up your progression, but you can't yearn for something new and still look at it from an unhealthy life. You can't, let me take that back. You can't yearn for something new, but still have the old mind frame, basically, is what she was telling me. So I have to completely step away from that pattern of setting a goal, achieving it, abandoning it, over investing in meeting a goal, and then abandoning all the work, all the support that I have behind it. Because I am worthy of walking through that door and going to the next level. And it is possible. And I know that. But until I break out of the cycle, I will never experience it. So that comes from announcing who the new version of myself is, giving myself new standards of life, and really and truly breaking away from my old thought process. Once I break from my old thought process, then I can connect with the actions that I am doing because I'm doing really good. I'm making the steps to do the things that are really going to push me in a different life chapter, different life connections, different life encounters. And it's exciting, it's frustrating, but I'm really committed this time. But I know I will catch myself doubting myself. So I need to stop, right? And I got to give myself grace. And I have to acknowledge how far I have come. So, anyways, I said all that to basically pass it on. We cannot have a fear of success, especially when we know we have the tools, the mentality, the drive to really make some shit pop off. We really have to get out of our own way. And the only way to do that is to acknowledge how far we've come, to give ourselves grace, and to break away from that old mind frame. Our old mind frame doesn't match with this new version of ourself. And once we evolve, we have to completely evolve. We have to completely reconnect with ourselves, our new goals, our new habits, our new friends, our new social scene. Like, we have to break away from everything and commit to everything that is new. This will slowly allow for that fear of goodness, of connection, of success to kind of break away. We've already been through the worst, probably more horrible situations than the average person. We already know how to survive. We already know how to grind. We already know that we have really evolved and buckled down through some tough shit. So that shouldn't be an issue for us. We should be clawing away at success. And once we reach it, we gotta find comfort in being successful. We gotta find comfort in being acknowledged for how amazing we are. We gotta find comfort in being loved the way that we desire and are worthy to be loved. These are things that we put in the work to experience. So once we get close to them, we can't backtrack out of fear. We can't backtrack out of sense of being unworthy a tad bit. Walk through it. Walk through it. Fuck it. So I'm committed to being committed. I need y'all to be committed with being committed to the new versions of yourself. I need y'all to follow along with me. We're going to backslide. Maybe it is what it is. We're human. But being committed to our newness. We not reaching goals and then walking away. We no longer knocking down goals and then feeling defeated on keeping up with the pace. No, 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 no. We got to make some new shit pop off. We got to make some new shit shake. And that's what we're going to do. We're halfway through 2023. We got to pick up the momentum and finish strong. So that's what we're going to do. So this is the homework. What are some levels of success that you have achieved, but then you abandoned? It doesn't matter why. What goals have you achieved and then abandoned? Write that down. Then write down or really ask the question of why did I abandon it? That's the homework. Anyways, thank y'all for fucking with the kid. I am back. Meet me every Wednesday. Meet me every Sunday. I am starting a new segment of Hood and Holy just to kind of dig deeper into the spirit and my personal beliefs and how I'm evolving on all levels of my life. So check out my Sunday versions too. If not, I'll see y'all next Wednesday. Bye. Thank you guys for tuning in again to another episode of the Judge Me Not podcast. If you want to keep up with your girl, you can always find me on Facebook and Instagram at EnviiDee. That's EnviiDee. Bye.